What's up, real ones? Welcome to Let's View It. It's me again. Tyrone Cross. And have you guys ever heard of the 30-second rule? If you're older, you're probably like,
no, but I've heard of the 10-second rule.
But if you're probably like 5, 6, or 7, you're probably like,
yeah, I've heard of the 30-second rule.
Well, for us older people, let me tell you what the 30-second rule is. The 30-second rule is a rule that these new school teachers are trying to teach, the little itty-bitty youngsters in school so they don't say nothing mean. It's the 30-second rule. If another person can't fix this problem in 30 seconds, then you probably shouldn't say anything about it. That's the rule. That's the whole rule. And if you couldn't tell by now, of course, I think it's one big joke and the stupidest rule ever. Well, not ever, but when it comes to kids saying mean things to each other, it's a dumb rule. And I'll explain exactly why I know it's a dumb rule. But first, let this nice teacher explain to her youngsters, and we'll learn along in depth what the 30-second rule is. So you already know. Let's view it.
If somebody can't change something about themselves in 30 seconds or less, then you shouldn't be mentioning it to them. If you say, hey, your shoe's untied, or hey, you have a little fuzzy on your shirt there, or if you say, hey, your pants are unzipped, I wanted to tell you privately because I didn't want you to feel embarrassed, but it happens to all of us. If you tell someone something like that, they can change those things in 30 seconds or less. But if you comment on someone's hair color or hair texture or hairstyle or body, they cannot change that in 30 seconds or less about themselves. Your words have power. If you say something that someone can't change in 30 seconds or less, you say those things. Try to fix it. You try to apologize. You try to take the words back. Take it back, take it back, take it back. And you try to undo what you said, undo what you did. But it's something they couldn't change about themselves, and so it's very messy. You can't totally take those words back. You can't totally fix it. Your words have power, and your words matter. If you walk out of this room spreading kindness to the people around you, spreading love to the people around you, that is what truly makes a difference.
Now I get it. This teacher thinks she's doing a wonderful thing, and she got this great toothpaste analogy, and she explained it very well, right? All the kids can grasp that. If they can't fix it in 30 seconds or less, I shouldn't talk about it. I shouldn't mention it. Why shouldn't they mention it? I don't know. Why are you giving people 30-second limits to fix themselves? But I digress. But these are the type of thoughts that certain people are going to have, especially if you're a little bratty shit-talking kid. If I want to talk my shit, I'm gonna figure out the loopholes. 30 seconds or less?
Your breath stinks.
It don't take longer than 30 seconds to pop a Tic Tac.
Your voice is annoying.
It don't take longer than 30 seconds to shut the fuck up.
Your haircut's trash.
It don't take longer than 30 seconds to put a hat on. And that's just the lower level stuff. If you got a true genius shit talker, he'd be like,
well, I would tell you how ugly your face is, but I can't because you can't fix that in 30 seconds. So instead, your shoes are untied.
Now my point is this. If you give someone a limit to where something mean could be said, they're gonna look for that limit. Why did you give them a 30-second limit? What was the 30-second limit for? How does that matter at all? At all. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. You can say the meanest thing possible as long as they can fix it in 30 seconds. Now, in all fairness, she isn't the only teacher that has been pushing this. This has been some new age wave crap. I don't get it. And if you think it sounds familiar, you're right. Because we had a saying kinda like that, but it went like this.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
And if you want the long version, it goes, if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all, because one day
someone might shut you up.
But my point is, if you tell someone if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all, that pretty much kills it, right? A kid should know the difference between what's nice and what's not. if you have to put a 30-second rule on it for them to decipher whether or not it's nice or not, that kid is a psychopath. But I don't see how a 30-second rule is gonna help anything. If anything, wouldn't that give some people a defense? When if they said something very mean and it could be fixed in 30 seconds? So when you go to approach this kid or student to tell them or ask them why they said these things, and they're like,
well, what's wrong? They can fix it in 30 seconds.
What are you supposed to say? What do you say to that now? What do you say to that now? Do you now have to hold a whole new class and change your 30-second rule? Would you drop it to 15 seconds, 1 second? Or will you reach into your old school bag and say,
You know what? If you can't say something nice, then don't say nothing at all. You got me?
But now that you know, kids can apparently say whatever the fuck they want as long as the other person can fix it in 30 seconds, all I need you guys to do is comment below. Tell me what you think. Do you like the 30-second rule? Or do you utilize the 30-second rule? Have you took advantage of the 30-second rule? Or are you like me? If you can't say something nice, then don't say nothing at all. But while you're telling me your thoughts, I'm also gonna need you to hit that bell like the hunchback. Also click that hitchhiker button and sub ride with me. And I'll see you on the next trip.
Day and night. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. All my life. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. Can't help I. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.